Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to APAN53 inaugural session. You are aware that Dr. Deepamoni MP, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Education, has given her kind consent to grace the occasion as chief guest. We are expecting the presence of the Honorable Chief Guest in the venue shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, you're requested to take your seat maintaining the health guidelines. For any assistance, please engage the volunteers who are around for taking care of you. APAN, the Asia Pacific Advanced Network, refers to both the organization representing its members and to the backbone network that connects the research and education networks of its member countries' economies to each other and to other research networks around the world.
APAN has working groups in a range of technology areas appropriate for NRENs, but importantly, also has working groups in research domains such as agriculture, telemedicine, culture, and disaster management, amongst others. These working groups are open to all, for anybody to join and contribute and benefit from. Ladies and gentlemen, APAN organizes 2 meetings each year where its members and other interested participants come together in working groups, committees, plenary sessions, and other meetings to review progress, demonstrate advances in technology and applications, and make plans for the future activities. The meetings venues are moved around the various APAN members. APAN53, which is the 53rd convention of APAN being held from 7 to 11 March 2022, is being hosted by Bangladesh Research and Education Network, BDRAIN. BDRAIN, like other global NRENs, the one and only national research and education network in Bangladesh, was established as a trust in the year 2014.
Ladies and gentlemen, within a very short time, we are going to commence the inaugural ceremony of the event. Ladies and gentlemen, our honorable chief guest of today's session, Dr. Deepamoni MP, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Education, will arrive at the venue very shortly. You are requested to take your seat maintaining the health guidelines. Today's special guest is Mr. Mohibul Hassan Chaudhry, Honorable Deputy Minister, Ministry of Education. Although Professor Dr. Mohammad Akhtaruzaman, Honorable Vice Chancellor of University of Dhaka, who has allowed us to use this fabulous venue, was supposed to be present as the guest of honor, but due to his pilgrimage to Saudi Arabia to perform Umrah, we will miss him in person today. But we are going to enjoy his speech through a video clip. Ladies and gentlemen, you're requested to comply with the Health Ministry's guideline of maintaining safe distance and wearing masks. Thanks for your cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, today's chief guest, Dr. Deepamoni MP, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Education, has arrived at the venue. We welcome her with open heart. Thank you for giving us your precious time, ma'am. Everyone else, I hope. Thank you, everyone, for being present here. We will start the inaugural ceremony shortly. Thank you for staying with us. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to APAN53. APAN, the Asia Pacific Advanced Network, refers to both the organization representing its members and to the backbone network that connects the research and education networks of its member countries' economies to each other and to other research networks around the world. APAN was first established as a non-profit international consortium on 3rd June 1997.
APAN organizes 2 meetings each year where its members and other interested participants come together in working groups, committees, plenary sessions, and other meetings to review progress, demonstrate advances in technology and applications, and make plans for the future activities. The meetings venues are moved around the various APAN members.
APAN53, which is the 53rd convention of APAN being held from 7th to 11th March 2022, is hosted by Bangladesh Research and Education Network, BDREN. BDREN, like other global NRENs, is the one and only national research and education network in Bangladesh. BDREN was established as a trust in the year 2014.
With that note, I welcome you all to today's inaugural session. We are proud and privileged to get Dr. Dipumoni MP, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Education, among us as chief guest. We have among us on stage Mr. Mohibul Hassan Chowdhury, MP, Deputy Minister, Ministry of Education as special guest. Honorable Chairperson, BDREN Trust, and Honorable Chairman, UGC, Professor Dr. Qazi Shahidullah is already on stage as the chair.
You are aware that today's inaugural session, which is organized in a hybrid format, is being participated in person by honorable vice chancellors from various public and private universities, high officials from different ministries, academics, scientists, researchers, and journalists, and distinguished local and foreign delegates. Representatives of Asia Pacific NRENs, APAN Program Committee, and Technical Committee members are stakeholders of APAN, and renowned academics and researchers across the globe are present online. Please let me allow to name the sponsors of APAN53. We have 3 platinum sponsors. They are Spectrum Engineering Consortium Limited, Data Edge Limited, and Yunus Group. We have 2 gold sponsors for the event. They are Asia Connect, Hewlett Packard Enterprise. We have 5 silver sponsors, namely Internet Society ISOC, Asia Pacific Network Information Center APNIC, Juniper Networks, InGen Technologies Limited, and Southeast Bank Limited. We have 3 bronze sponsors, Hamida Traders Limited, Kazla Technologies Limited, and Smart Technologies Bangladesh Limited. In addition, we are having with us 2 technology partners, Cisco Systems and Dell Technologies. A big thanks to all the sponsors and technology partners.
Again, a warm welcome and very good morning. With the permission of the chair, I would like to present a video on the history of Bangladesh and on the achievements and roadmaps of BDREN.
Our nation is proud of having a glorious heritage of a pleasant and melodious language, a rich and magnificent culture, and its scenic natural beauty. The nation boasts of having the largest sea beach in the world in Cox's Bazar, the biggest mangrove forest in Sundarban, the soothing view of the tea gardens in Sylhet, and the captivating beauty of Chittagong Hill Track. Our dear motherland had been repeatedly ravaged by foreign invaders. The country had been subjected to outside subjugation, exploitation, tyranny, wanton repression and oppression perpetrated by foreign rulers. Against the backdrop of such an unbearable situation, and by unfailing law and quirk of history, the greatest Bengali of all time, the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the champion of freedom and justice, appeared on the political arena, who declared in a confident voice of thunder on 7th March 1971.
এবারে সংগ্রাম আমাদের মুক্তির সংগ্রাম এবারে সংগ্রাম স্বাধীনতার সংগ্রাম
After a long 9 months of bloody war of liberation, the scarlet sun of independence rose in the eastern sky of Bengal on the 16th December 1971. A new state named Bangladesh was born. In 1973, then government founded the University Grants Commission to monitor and streamline higher education sector of Bangladesh. BDREN is the offshoot of Higher Education Quality Enhancement Project, HECEP, a Bangladesh government and World Bank joint finance project which was implemented by University Grants Commission (UGC) under Ministry of Education. The creation of BDREN came as a fulfillment of the dream of our Honorable Prime Minister of building a digital Bangladesh within shortest possible time. At the expiry of the Higher Education Quality Enhancement Project in January 2019, BDREN Trust took control of both the operations and management of the organization. BDREN Trust, created in September 2014, is an 11-member body headed by its chairperson Professor Dr. Qazi Shohidullah and its vice chairperson Professor Dr. Dil Afroza Begum. BDREN has established around 100 peering with an upstream internet connectivity having a bandwidth of more than 10 Gbps and with availability of 4 Gbps Google Cache. In addition, BDREN has 1 Gbps connectivity with Trans-Eurasia Information Network through National Knowledge Network of India to facilitate researchers to get connected with global research and education network. BDREN has already taken over more than 150 institutions under its belt, as its members including 45 public universities, 57 private universities, 13 medical colleges, 13 research institutes, and 17 higher secondary colleges. In the process, BDREN has extended its high-speed quality connectivity to universities, research institutes, and medical colleges across the country through establishing a countrywide DWDM transmission network using optical fiber leased from Power Grid Company of Bangladesh. Since the invasion of the pandemic in the country, BDREN has been providing the facilities to all the universities, both private and public, to conduct online classes free of cost using video collaboration, Zoom application, and its data center computing resources. During the last 1.5 years, more than 18,000 faculty members conducted 1.6 million classes with a total duration of 1.8 million hours, participated by 80 million students. BDREN's computing and storage services have been being extensively used by the universities for hosting their web portals, mail servers, admission, and other application systems. The usage of BDREN computing services have soared to 1581 GHz in January 2022 from a paltry figure of 175 GHz in January 2020. At the same time, its memory usage has spiked from 1100 GB in January 2020 to 4205 GB in 2 years' time. BDREN has been providing consultancy services to its member institutions domestically on campus network, smart classroom, smart campus, video conferencing room, customization of learning management system, and connectivity to colleges under College Education Development Project. Some of the achieved milestones in international consultancy include drafting Asia Connect compendiums for 2018 and 2020, and framing the NREN Need Assessment and Maturity Model for Asia Connect in partnership with Sri Lanka Research and Education Network. BDREN's intense collaboration with other NRENs is revealed through the successful completion of facilitating distance learning using digital conferencing facility sub-project. A follow-up project named Building E-Learning Infrastructure in South Asian Countries under TAIN is underway. These two flagship projects, with Nordunet's active involvement and support and with participation of other Asia-Pacific NRENs, namely Camren, Drukren, Learnet, Learn, NREN, Preginet, and Thyren, has established the synergic impact of NREN collaboration. BDREN software team has orchestrated a number of fabulous masterpieces for its community, namely video conference scheduler, electronic file processing, and NREN Maturity Calculator. Development of Electronic Asia Connect Compendium is underway. BDREN finds hosting of APAN53 event as an acknowledgement of its successes both nationally and internationally.
Thanks to Bangladesh Research and Education Network for hosting 53rd APAN meeting, which will surely be a special meeting in APAN history. I'm Jilong Wang. Welcome to 53rd APAN meeting.
नमस्कार दोस्तों, अपान की 53वीं बैठक के आयोजन के लिए मैं अपने बांग्लादेशी मित्रों का शुक्रिया अदा करता हूं और उन्हें ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। मैं आशा करता हूं ये अपान की बेहतरीन बैठक में से एक होगी। अपान बोर्ड के डायरेक्टर के तौर पर मैं आप सभी का अभिनंदन करता हूं। धन्यवाद।
I'm the Vice President of Singeren and also a board member of APAN. Like myself, I'm sure you're looking forward to attending all the tutorials, workshops and plenary sessions to learn more about new technologies and market trends in our region. Welcome again.
The keynote speeches that will be delivered in the conference are going to address the burning issues like environmental challenges, outcome-based education, blended learning, smart agriculture, financial technology, and digital earth technology. Also, it will hold trainings, seminars, discussions, and workgroup meetings covering contemporary and critical issues which will supposedly be immensely beneficial to the community. We humbly invite you to join the sessions as you like and make the event a grand success.
Now, may I request Professor Dr. Dil Afroza Begum, Honorable Vice Chairperson, BDREN, Trust and Member, UGC, to deliver her welcome speech. It is to be mentioned that she is the convener of the local organizing committee and is the principal orchestrator behind organizing the event. Professor Dr. Dil Afroza Begum.
Chief guest of the Honorable Session of Asia Pacific Advanced Network, APAN53, Dr. Dipu Moni, MP. Honorable Minister, Ministry of Education, special guest, Mr. Mohibul Hassan Chaudhry, MP, Honorable Deputy Minister, Ministry of Education, respected Chair, Professor Dr. Kaji Shoidullah, Chairman of University Grants Commission of Bangladesh, UGC, and Chairperson of Bangladesh Research and Education Network, BDREN. Respected APAN Chair, Professor Dr. Jilong Wang of Sinhua University. Guest of Honor, Professor Dr. M.D. Akhtaruzzaman, Vice Chancellor of the University of Dhaka, secretaries from different ministries, members of UGC, members of Board of Trustees of BDREN, Vice Chancellors of the universities, keynote speakers, high officials from Education Ministry, other ministries, and UGC, APAN Secretariat, Program Committee and Technical Committee members of APAN, delegates from different national research and education networks, NRENs, dignitaries from BDREN member organizations, member of advisory committee, local organizing committee, and different subcommittees, foreign participants, representatives of sponsoring organizations, press and media personnel, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you all. As the very outset, I want to remind you about the history of our independence. The liberation of the country was announced at this very month by the greatest Bengali of all time, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, whose prudent leadership and visionary guidance could conceive a new country named Bangladesh after a 9-month bloody war, with the sacrifice of 3 million lives and with the abolition of the honor of thousands of women. On this very day, I solemnly remember all those patriotic freedom fighters and those deceased and injured men and women who were innocent to the core. As many of you know, Asia Pacific Advanced Network organizes 2 events each year. The events are hosted by one of its member countries. Bidiren, being one of the members of APAN, was offered by APAN to host its 53rd event. It is an honor for Bidiren as well as for Bangladesh. And I express my gratitude to the APAN community for trusting our capability in holding the event here for the first time. Undoubtedly, it is the biggest congregation for the NREN community. I do welcome all the academics, scientists, network personnel, other stakeholders, students, and trainees who have expressed their willingness to participate in this event and thus take a hand in contributing to the success of the event through exchange of their knowledge and expertise among themselves. You might be aware of the fact that the event will contain 6 keynote speeches by world-renowned scholars and scientists on burning issues like blended learning, smart agriculture, climate change, outcome-based education, financial technology, and digital art technology. I express my gratefulness to the keynote speakers who have given their concurrence to share their valuable time. Besides the 3 keynote speeches, seminars and meetings will be organized in the event to talk about telemedicine, agriculture, disaster management, cloud technology, IPv6, identity and access management, NREN challenges and steps undertaken to surmount those challenges, NREN roadmap for the upcoming future, and many others. I reckon that all the participants will be able to enhance their knowledge out of the activities scheduled in this event. I welcome all the speakers and participants for their support in enriching the event. My special acknowledgement for the chief guest and to the special guest for their presence, sparing their valuable time despite their busy schedule. Their presence and motivational speeches are going to immensely inspire us for our future development. Thanks to the Vice Chancellor of University of Dhaka for his continuous support in the progress of Bidiren and for providing the fabulous venue for this event. My special tribute to Professor Dr. Kaji Shohidullah for giving us constant guidance in organizing the event. I am grateful to the APAN Secretariat, Program and Technical Committees, all the members of Advisory Committee, Local Organizing Committee, and associated subcommittees, and all others for their immense contribution and untiring efforts in last few months for making the event a success. I would like to thank all the vice chancellors of different universities and other academia, as well as other members of Bidiren for supporting Bidiren in its journey towards becoming one of the leading NRENs in Asia Pacific region. I'd like to take the opportunity to extend my special thanks to my colleagues and officials of UGC, officials of Ministry of Education, Power Grid Company of Bangladesh Limited, Bangladesh Telecommunication Company Limited, Bangladesh Telecom Regulatory Commission, the World Bank, Asia Connect, Nord2Net, Learn, other collaborating NRENs, and especially many others, the names I might have missed to mention, for their immense contribution and support to the ongoing progress and development of Bidiren. Thanks to the representatives from all the sponsors, I wish to gratefully acknowledge your contribution to sponsor the event. Without your financial support, we could not organize the event in such a large scale. I would like to express my deepest thanks to the CEO, Bidiren, and his team for working tirelessly to turn APAN53 into a success. Last but not the least, I thank all the media and press representatives for carrying the event to the mass people. With that, I would like to conclude my welcome speech, wishing a big success of the event and inviting all of you to enjoy the activities set out in the event. Thank you very much for patient hearing.
Thanks to Professor Dr. Dilafroza Begum for her welcome speech. Now may I request Professor Dr. Jilong Wang of Tsinghua University, Honorable Chair of APAN, to deliver his address.
Dear Diplo Mono, Honorable Minister, the Ministry of Education, Dear Mohibil, Hasan Chaudhry, Honorable Deputy Ministry of Education, Dear Professor Dr. Kazi Shehidullah, Honorable Chairman, Bidiren, Dear Professor Dr. Mehdi Ahatazuma, Vice Chancellor, University of Dhaka. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome attend APAN53. It's the 25th year since APAN has been founded. In the past 25 years, APAN grew together with research and education network in the Asia-Pacific region and become international organization with great influence. It's a great achievement of all APAN people and APAN friends. So let's congratulations to all of you and thanks to your great contributions to APAN. Thanks to Bangladesh Research and Education Network, BDRAN, for hosting the meeting. After months of hard work, APAN53, which will surely be a special meeting in APAN history, opened today. On behalf of APAN, I would like to extend my warmest welcome to our chief guest, Dr. Diplo Moni, Honorable Minister of Ministry of Education. To Mr. Mehibil Hasan Chaudhry, Honorable Deputy Minister of Ministry of Education, and Professor M.D. Akatuzzaman from Asia University of Bangladesh, and Professor Dr. Kaza Shehidullah, Honorable Chairman of BDRAN, and welcome all our honorable guests, colleagues, friends of APAN Big Family. I would like to express my heartfelt appreciation and congratulations to BDRAN on their great work of this amazing APAN53 by overcoming many difficulties. As the local host, BDRAN made great efforts in inviting sponsors, supporting the event preparation, and showing the value of APAN to local government and organizations, which would build the bridge for scientific researchers between Bangladesh and APAN, and even globally, especially during this serious pandemic situation. BDRAN has been one of APAN's active partners for many years. As a high-performance area, it has making important contributions to research and education communities in Asia-Pacific region to access to the most advanced technology and carry out scientific and educational contribution. Thanks to APAN Program Committee, Technical Committee, Local Organizing Committee, WG chairs, session chairs, and APAN-SEC. They all played vital roles in this event. They made brilliant programs, provide advanced technology solutions, invited great speakers. My sincere appreciations will be certainly extended to this great team, because we would have nothing happen without their contributions. I'm very grateful for the support from all our sponsors: the Data Edge Limited, Spectrum Engineering Consortium Limited, the Jonas Group, Asia Connect, and the Teenstar CC, Hewlett Packard Enterprise, APNIC, Engine Technology Limited, ISOC Juniper Networks, Southeast Bank Limited, Hamida Traders, Kazala Technology Limited, Smart Technology Limited. I hope we can all get benefit from this gathering and sharing. And finally, I hope all of us can find our interest and fan in APAN53 and wish APAN53 a great success. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Now we are going to enjoy a video clip containing a short speech from today's guest of honor, Professor Dr. Muhammad Akhtaruzzaman, Honorable Vice Chancellor, University of Dhaka. As mentioned, the Honorable Vice Chancellor is on a pilgrimage to perform Umrah at Saudi Arabia.
Respected Chair of this session, Honorable Chairman of the University Grants Commission, Professor Dr. Qazi Shahidullah, esteemed Chief Guest, Honorable Education Minister, Dr. Deepu Mani MP, Special Guest, Honorable Deputy Education Minister, Barrister Mohibul Hassan Chowdhury, MP, Distinguished Chairman of the Asia Pacific Advanced Network, APAN, Professor Dr. Zilong Wang, Fellow Vice Chancellors of different universities, representatives from Asia Pacific National Research and Education Networks and its stakeholders, respected academics, scientists, IT experts, media personalities, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and good time to you all. At the outset, let me congratulate BDRAN for coming forward for the first time since its inception in 1997 to host this mega event. At the same time, I would like to thank Asia Pacific Advanced Network for its trust on BDRAN in thrusting this responsibility. As a member institution of the BDRAN family, I feel proud and honored today to be with you, although not in person, with wholehearted attention. BDRAN's announcement to host this important event came at a glorious and eventful time while the nation was celebrating the golden jubilee of its independence and the birth centenary of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib. It is good to note today that the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib, made the public announcement of the nation's independence in his historic 7th March address in 1971, which coincides the commencement of BDRAN APAN's 2022 auspicious event. We pay our deepest tribute to the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib, and the martyrs who made the supreme sacrifice for the creation of our beloved motherland, Bangladesh. It's also my privilege to express gratitude to the local organizing committee for choosing the University of Dhaka as the venue of this great event. It is the historic university of great eminence that has celebrated its centenary. All these paraphernalia have taken today's event to the highest of its stature. Talking about BD-RAIN, it is really astonishing to see the pace of its moving ahead. BD-RAIN has now become part and parcel of educational institutes and the community at large. During the ongoing pandemic, the way BD-RAIN has helped the universities, both public and private, in facilitating online classes is simply amazing. It is quite gratifying to note that from the University of Dhaka alone, 1,500 faculty members are registered users under Zoom services provided by BD-RAIN. In the last 2 years of time, from the outbreak of COVID-19, apart from many seminars and meetings, 164,000 classes of the University of Dhaka had been conducted with 9.1 million students using BD-RAIN provided facilities. BD-RAIN certainly deserves special acclamation for offering those services for augmentation of research in the higher education sector. Today, on behalf of the University of Dhaka, I would like to extend my special gratitude to Asia Connect, a conglomerate of the Asia Pacific National Research and Education Network, for giving grant projects to us, which is contributing to the capacity building of the teachers and the students. I do expect that BD-RAIN, with the help of Asia Connect, will come forward with many services like free or subsidized access to research publications, digital libraries, and so on to the faculty members and the students. I would like to request the participants, researchers, and academia to please make the database of the resource persons focusing their area of research, leading to arranging regular meetings, seminars, and workshops to boost scientific research in this community. I am sure researchers, academia, scientists, and students participating in this 5-day-long event will discuss the latest technological development and will share their knowledge and expertise with the community to prepare a roadmap to move ahead. I sincerely hope blended learning, online assessment, conducting hands-on lab online, and other relevant issues will get special consideration in their discussion. I would like to request the scientists, IT experts, and academia to please prepare a long-term plan which is both realistic and affordable. I congratulate all the distinguished participants and wish this event a grand success. Thank you all. Stay safe and healthy. Jai Bangla, Jai Bangabandhu. Long live BD-RAIN APAN relationship. Long live Bangladesh.
We thank respected Vice Chancellor for his valuable speech. We also wish that his trip will be safe and secured one.
Now, may I request Mr. Mahibul Hassan Chaudhary, MP, Honorable Deputy Minister, Ministry of Education, People's Republic of Bangladesh, for giving his address.
Today's chief guest, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Education, Dr. Dipumoni MP, Honorable Chairperson of BD-RAIN, Professor Dr. Kazi Shahidullah, respected APAN Chair, Professor Dr. Jilong Wang, Honorable Vice Chairperson B.D. Ren, Professor Dr. Dilafroza Begum, respected Vice Chancellor of Dhaka University of Dhaka, Professor Dr. Mohammad Akhtaruzzaman, revered scientists, academicians, researchers, and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to first congratulate B.D. Ren for taking the challenge in hosting the APAN event for the very first time in Bangladesh. It's a matter of utter pride and prestige for the present government. March being a special month in the history of Bangladesh, organizing this event at this very period of the year is a privilege which imbues us with pride and pleasure. We all know that in this very month, 50 years back, our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, declared independence against the autocratic rule of Pakistan. And after 9 months of bloody war, we could attain our dream independence. And today I begin by paying my respect to the memory of our father of the nation, his slain family members, and also the martyrs of our glorious war of independence, and the violated women of the time who sacrificed their lives for our struggle. Ladies and gentlemen, our government has been very keen to the development and adoption of new technologies. Few days back, University Grants Commission, with the help of the Ministry of Education, held the IC4IR, which is basically a conference on Fourth Industrial Revolution. We all know that the first industrial revolution started with the invention of steam engine, and the second industrial revolution followed with the invention of electricity. We, from the developing world, had not much to contribute in these industrial revolutions, as we were passing through difficult times under colonial rules during those times. As this new fourth industrial revolution has come in, right now it is of course based on the infrastructure of information and communication technology, computing, etc. So we now have a chance to contribute to this great advancement of humanity. And with this regard, this in mind, our Honorable Prime Minister's ICT advisor, Bangabandhu's grandson, Shojib Wajid Joy, he coined the term Digital Bangladesh, through which we were able to develop an infrastructure in this country, which is ICT based, and where common students to common citizens of this country are able to use this ICT infrastructure for various activities in their day-to-day life. So this infrastructure that has been built out of this agenda of Digital Bangladesh has helped our higher education immensely. And I thank B.D. Ren for taking this initiative, where the existing infrastructure that we have here, the ICT-based infrastructure, is now currently being used to teach and share knowledge across our higher educational institutions. And this particular conference is a timely effort, where we have seen that due to pandemic, we can thrive even in the virtual world. We can thrive by sharing knowledge, and our academics can reach out to our students using this infrastructure that we have. So thanks to B.D. Ren, we have already heard data on how B.D. Ren is being used, how B.D. Ren's infrastructure, which is also a collaboration with this APAN network, is now being used across not just universities in this country, but also colleges and the national universities, National University of Bangladesh, where also higher education courses are taught. So this collaboration, of course, is a fruitful one, where we will hear from academics from other countries and also our country. And we know that knowledge is something that has the maximum impact in humanity when it is shared, when it reaches the last mile. And through this infrastructure that we have now, with the help of B.D. Ren and also the Digital Bangladesh, we are able to reach out to the last person standing in our higher education sector. So we believe that this collaboration will teach us a lot, and also our partners abroad will learn from our experience, where with limited resources, we are able to harness the power of information and communication technology to assist our students and our researchers. We have a lot to teach to the world also. We have developed immensely in the field of agriculture, in ICT, in the startup ecosystem of technology, and also mobile financial services to financial technology, etc., which knowledge can be shared with other countries, and we can also learn from them on many matters, such as how to regulate the ICT world effectively so that we gain maximum output from it. So it is a fantastic opportunity. I congratulate everyone who is involved in organizing this conference, and I also thank Dhaka University of Dhaka that on their centenary year they have been kind to allow us this premises and also the facilities of Dhaka University. I would like to also thank our Dhaka University's Vice Chancellor and also all the academics involved here. With this, I would like to end, and I wish you all the success in the couple of days coming. And we believe that not only that knowledge and skill will be shared through the this BDREN platform, but also we would like to see that our academics are teaching employable skills to our students, because as we speak, as we discuss this idea of outcome-based education, we know that one of the outcome and one of the major outcome of education is that people have to be employed, not just creation of knowledge, which is absolutely important, for which BDREN's network will be, I'm sure, used to create knowledge, but at the same time, skills and employable skills, soft skills, research skills, lots of different skills which are absolutely fundamental to higher education training, higher education journey, will be taught to our students, and also our academics will learn from the world of work. So I would like to request that employers are made part of this network, where we also learn from the employers what are the skills which are in need now, because we have to create an education system which meets the demand of time rather than being a supply driven sector. It has to be a demand driven sector where we learn from the employers and we impart those skills to our students. So let us also use, not just for knowledge creation and research, this fantastic network that we have, but also use it to train and teach our students as well as our academics, where they will learn from the world of work and our students will also benefit from it. Thank you very much. With this, I end my speech here. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu, may Bangladesh live forever.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening and motivating speech.
May I now request today's chief guest, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Education, Dr. Deepu Moni MP, to address the audience.
Honorable Chair of today's meeting, Professor Dr. Qazi Shahidullah, Chairman UGC and Chairperson BDREN Trust, Honorable Deputy Minister, Ministry of Education, People's Republic of Bangladesh, Mr. Mohibul Hassan Chaudhry MP, today's special guest, respected APAN Chair, Professor Dr. Ji Long Wang, respected Vice Chairperson BDREN and Member UGC, Professor Dr. Dilafroz Begum, Honorable Board of Trustees of BDREN, distinguished Vice Chancellors, representatives from different ministries, academics, researchers, and professionals. I'm delighted to be here in the inaugural ceremony of the APAN53 event being hosted by BDREN for the very first time. Let me begin by thanking APAN Board of Directors for entrusting and empowering BDREN in hosting this event. It shows that APAN is keen to acknowledge the contribution of the developing nations, which will contribute in narrowing of the digital divide. For us, the event has got additional importance due to the fact that it falls in the month of March, which has its special significance in the history of our country. You have already been informed by previous speakers that on this very month, our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the greatest Bengali of all times, declared independence of the country against the tyrannical rule of Pakistan. We are celebrating the 50th anniversary of our independence. I pay my deepest respects and tribute to the father of our nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, to the 3 million martyrs of 1971, hundreds of thousands of women who were raped by the Pakistani occupation forces and their local collaborators, and all other martyrs who sacrificed their lives in different people's movements throughout our history since our language movement. We stand here today bold and strong as citizens of an independent country, free from persecution and oppression, a country which has moved from being once called a basket case and has transformed into a developing one under the dynamic leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, who envisioned a digital Bangladesh the very day she assumed office. Her vision has been ably supported by the astute guidance of Mr. Sajib Wazid Joy, an ICT expert and advisor to our Honorable Prime Minister. Under the prudent shepherding of Sajib Wazid Joy, Bangladesh has become a role model for other underdeveloped and developing countries to follow. Our present government has played a significant role in the development of education, particularly the higher education in the country. We have already established 162 universities, of which 52 are public, 108 are private, and 2 specialized. We have around 4.4 million students in the higher education sector, which has been increasing exponentially over the years. Considering the enhancement of quality of education, we are now focusing on the need for research activities and commercialization of the same, as we all know that without converting the successful research work into products and services that benefit the people, it's not possible to bring forth the desired outcome. And for that, we now need to build a true industry-academia collaboration, which has been so far missing in our education system. For that to happen, we need our faculty members to be industry-focused. Without real-life engagement in the industry, the faculty members will not be able to motivate the students to acquire knowledge and skill they need for sustaining in the modern technological world. They must be employable. In that respect, we should put our attention to outcome-based education. A fundamental change in curriculum is needed, and I would urge the University Grants Commission Bangladesh to look into it. The traditional curriculum, focusing mostly on rote learning, should be updated with the curriculum that will produce potential graduates, which our industry is looking for. And for developing such effective curriculum, I would again urge the faculty members to be in close contact with the requirements and the development in the industry sector. I'm happy to see that one of the keynote speeches is going to be on tomorrow's teachers, which I believe will be very pertinent considering the present context of our country. I appreciate the endeavor of BDREN in helping the faculty members of higher education community to continue with online education during the pandemic. Our decision in allowing the online education proved to be timely, as we could apprehend that this pandemic was not going to let up soon. In the last 2 years, more than 2 million classes have been conducted with the participation of around 150 million students. I appreciate the faculty members for coming to terms with the changed mode of pedagogy in the quickest possible time without any professional training. The faculty members were smart enough to conduct even hands-on labs and online examinations to the full acceptance and satisfaction of the community. You are aware of the fact that to make online education the norm of the day, a national task force is in place to prepare the blended education policy. I'm excited that APAN is showing its due concern and has decided to arrange a keynote speech on blended learning. The speech will also highlight outcome-based education, which is also the demand of the industry. Our government is now putting more focus on online assessment policy to make online assessment acceptable to all the stakeholders. We have to do our best to succeed in the fourth industrial revolution. It is a fact that in pursuing online education, students were confronted with many challenges. They had to face the poor internet coverage, non-availability of end devices, and high internet costs. The internet coverage problem was encountered by many developed countries also, because none was ready to face such a devastation. It is also true that there is no immediate remedy to address this issue. However, with time, the mobile operators, I'm sure, will find a business case to extend their data network even to the remotest villages. To ensure the availability of end devices for the economically challenged students to make online education more inclusive, UGC provided interest-free loans to around 41,000 students so far. To reduce the cost of the internet, we could convince the state-owned mobile operator Teletalk Bangladesh Limited to come up with their offer of providing online class free of cost for the classes created in BDDN platform. The other operators also agreed to offer internet data packages at 30% of their normal cost for the students. As the conference is being held under such a critical backdrop, I would request that the participants ponder on all such challenges and figure out acceptable solutions for making online education more equitable and inclusive. We're also looking for establishing public-private collaboration. Private entrepreneurs may come forward to help the government in helping development of research activities in the country, and I pledge that we will try to provide facilities for the private entrepreneurs to make a smooth entry and successful returns out of such initiated projects. I'm sure that BDDN will be able to provide a suitable platform to the researchers, scientists, and academics who are participating in this event to exchange their views and expertise, which will pave the way for fruitful and effective outcome of this event and will make the event a grand success. Thank you all. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu. May Bangladesh live forever.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for your encouraging and guiding speech. Your advice will definitely help us in making the event a successful one. Your constant source of inspiration will certainly drive us forward.
Distinguished Chair, may I take this opportunity to say that I'm sorry that I arrived late because I was stuck in a huge traffic, which was not normal. And the other thing is, I have to leave now because today is 8th of March, International Women's Day. And by the way, greetings to all of you on this International Women's Day. And I have to attend an official program for especially for this day. So I have to leave now before the chair, very distinguished chair speaks, and I take his leave now. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Now may I request Professor Dr. Qazi Shahidullah, Honorable Chairperson BDDN Trust and Chairman UGC, to deliver his address.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The chief guest of today's inaugural ceremony, the Honorable Education Minister, Dr. Deepu Moni MP. The special guest, the Honorable Deputy Minister of Education, Barrister Muhibul Hasan Chaudhry MP. Guest of honor, Professor Dr. Muhammad Akhtaruzzaman, Vice Chancellor, University of Dhaka. APAN Chair, Professor Dr. Jilong Wang, Convener of Local Organizing Committee, Professor Dr. Dilafroza Begum, Member UGC, respective representatives from APAN member institutions, distinguished vice chancellors from public and private universities, respected academicians, researchers, foreign participants, media personnel, distinguished audience. Good morning to you all. I'm indeed very pleased and proud to stand here as the chair of today's inaugural event of APAN53, where renowned academicians and researchers have assembled from across the world especially from the Asia Pacific region, to exchange their views about the progress made in recent months and also about the roadmap related to new innovation and services. This is the first time that BDREN is hosting this conference, which is no doubt a big challenge for us. As the chairperson of BDREN, let me start by highlighting to you some of the contribution that BDREN has made in the development of the country's research and education. BDREN, in its brief lifetime of 10 years, has already embraced more than 200 institutions as its members, which is a rare distinction and might even be a dream for many other NRENs. Almost all the 50 public universities in the country are connected to BDREN's countrywide extended network. Private universities have, they are showing greater interest to join BDREN, being impressed by BDREN's quality of service and innovative services. And gradually they are also becoming connected to BDREN, which is a promising sign, because we don't want any university to stay out of our network. BDREN software team is coming up with client-oriented software like eFile for electronic file management and vSession as Zoom scheduler, which are becoming highly popular among the education community. BDREN has already gained a strong reputation by offering consultancy services both at home and abroad. It is indeed a matter of great satisfaction for us all to see that BDREN is setting trailblazing examples for other emerging NRENs to follow. BDREN's role in supporting the research and education community during the recent pandemic has been well acclaimed and widely appreciated by all. No sooner had the government declared the closure of all the universities of the country because of the pandemic, UGC came forward, allowing online education through delivery of lectures using video conferencing platforms. We believe that it was a very timely decision of UGC, which allowed millions of students to continue their education and saved them from possible frustration. In the effort to make our drive successful, BDREN emerged as the major role player by offering all the faculty members the industry-recognized Zoom video conference application free of cost. The whole higher education community took the offer as a blessing, and the usage of Zoom application started to grow exponentially. Within a couple of months, BDREN gained more than 20% of the market share in terms of number of local faculty members. This had only been made possible, the usage grew to more than 50% within the first 6 months of its introduction. So from 20%, it increased to 50% within 6 months. This had only been made possible by the innovative and dynamic leadership of the BDREN Board of Trustees, supported equally by its efficient human resources, who provided the full technical solution and support to turn it into a successful venture. UGC hasn't stopped by only permitting online education to continue during the pandemic. Understanding the benefits and its exigency, UGC has taken steps to make online education sustainable and has already recommended online education policy for approval to the Ministry of Education. Hopefully, in the near future, online education will become not only the mode of pedagogy during the pandemic, but also a mode of pedagogy which will be the new normal. And as such, blended education will be the order of the day. Having presented to you some of the achievements of BDREN, I would also like to acknowledge that BDREN was not alone in attaining these distinctions. It was made possible by active cooperation from other stakeholders, where Asia Connect stands at the top. The distance learning project under which Zoom licenses were allocated was one of the projects allocated under call for proposal 2 in the category of work packages 5. I have come to know that another follow-up project has been assigned to BDREN, which will ensure the sustainability of the earlier project. A number of other consultancy activities have been conferred on BDREN by Asia Connect. I do acknowledge the contribution of NordUNet, who has come up with the technical collaboration and with the support of Zoom licenses in both the distance learning projects just mentioned. The empathy that NordUNet has displayed by keeping the licenses open even after the expiry of the project is a rare display of collaboration among NRENs and is a learning example of the NRENs of developing countries. I am informed that BDREN has raised a proposal to TNCC to officially acknowledge the amazing contribution of NordUNet on behalf of Asia Connect, which I strongly believe the TNCC should actively consider. Also, I gratefully recognize the cooperation and collaboration extended by other NRENs of the Asia Pacific community in the success of BDREN's distance learning project. I hope this APAN event will be the principal contributor behind this collaboration, which is going to be further strengthened through APAN53. I would also like to express my gratitude to Power Grid Company of Bangladesh, PGCB, who offered its countrywide optical fiber network for BDREN to establish its transmission network backbone, which is a rare feat very few NRENs have achieved. I hope the collaboration between PGCB and BDREN will continue in the long run. Last but not the least, I would like to acknowledge the trust and confidence that all the member institutions have kept on BDREN. Without the resolute and staunch support, BDREN would not have been able to reach the place where it is standing now. Dhaka University also deserves a special mention for collaborating with us in organizing this conference and in offering us this conference room. Finally, I appreciate the trust APAN has displayed by allowing BDREN to be the host of the event. I trust that BDREN will be able to provide full technical as well as administrative support to APAN Secretariat for organizing the event efficiently and effectively. The audience, I hope, will be enriched from the knowledge and expertise to be shared with the keynote presentations and the participation of other resource persons, thereby turning the event into another milestone for APAN. I thank you all for your support, cooperation, and participation, and I wish the event a great success. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu. Thank you all.
Thank you, Honorable Professor. Guidelines that came through your speech will be our motivation and encouragement as it has been all the time. We would remember your advice and we will try to turn the event into a highly successful and effective one.